Queensland welcome back the injured duo of Matt Mackay and Josh McLaughlin. Alex Brosk leads in attacking midfield with South Korean international Hyuk Soo Seow.
Is Beard. Beard, again a chance, running at the defence. Beard, just take him on. Good tackle from Hay. Shot! And there it is! Queensland take the lead. It's 1-0.
Alex Brosk has been a thorn in New Zealand's side all day. Ball bounces free on his favoured left foot, and what a delightful strike. Haven't we seen some wonderful goals in the first round of the A-League? And this is up there with the best.
To the occasion. Great setup for Milicic. The shot was on target. He did everything right. Vidosic. Milicic again. Breaks there for Lynch. Shot across the goal. Simon Lynch rolls into life, and Queensland finally take the lead here at Suncorp.
Vitensky. The man Melton at the back for Perth could do nothing to stop this. Vidosic, a beautiful touch.
Threat this season, they would need to improve on their poor record at home. In 2 seasons, the club had managed to produce just 5 wins at Suncorp Stadium. Moore was the cornerstone of a Queensland defence that shaped up as one of the more imposing in the competition. The skipper was joined by Sasho Onyanovsky in the middle of a back four, with Danny Tiato and Ben Griffin providing the width. The Roar's newest Brazilian recruit Marcinho lined up on the left side of an attacking three that included Ante Milicic and fellow countryman Ronaldo.
What was Ronaldo? I think he had plenty of time just to hit the target.
Flicked on by Milicic. Chance here for Marcinho. Marcinho's still going. Took too long. Mackay with the shots. Takes a deflection. Matty Mackay has squared it up for Queensland.
Marcinho, first of all, with a chance. He took too long. It fell to Matty Mackay. Marcinho did so well here. You expected him to pull the trigger. Took too long. Matty Mackay. Deflection. And a great strike, but it did take a deflection. There it is. Not the luck they deserve. You've got to admit, they have deserved that goal.
Madoka, impressive in the first half. And that's a nice ball over the top. Van Dijk, can he keep it in? Yes, he does. Into the near post. And it's a sucker goal straight away after half-time. Charlie Miller getting on the end of a cross from Van Dijk. And the Roar go 1-0 up.
Yeah, they looked like it was just all too easy for the Queensland Roar. Phoenix defence asleep. 1 man in the box to mark Charlie Miller. It was 3 or 4 defenders in there for the Phoenix. Van Dijk with the cross. And it was Charlie Miller with the telling shot past Glenn Moss to put the Queensland Roar ahead 1-0. Just on the other side of half-time.
We could have a rousing finale. Sergio Van Dijk gives Brisbane hope right at the death. Game on.
And hang on to your hats. They deserved at least 1 goal, Brisbane. But impetuous from Matt Osman, a clear penalty. Peter Green with no alternative but to point to the spot. Van Dijk belts the ball low and safely for the Brisbane Roar.
Hasn't read it, but Mackay continues his run. Tidy finish, Matt Mackay, and Brisbane get the lead they have deserved. Mitch Nichols! And there is the breakthrough goal. Mitch Nichols, who's had an outstanding evening, puts Brisbane Roar in front.
Brisbane Roar players should be inspired tonight in front of the home fans. And of course, Melbourne, their lineup really affected by the loss of players to international duty. What a night in Prospect at Suncorp Stadium with Ange Postecoglou up against his former club, and the Brisbane Roar are nigh on full strength for this one, with Ivan Franjic returning from a groin problem at right back. Massimo Murdoka is the other inclusion after impressing as a substitute in Perth last week. Jack Hingett and Nick Fitzgerald dropped to the bench. The new Victory boss. Well read by Dalevsky as they tried to work a triangle or two. Clever throw. And now combining with Bruce on the stretch. That one counts. Thomas Bruce with the first goal for the season for the champions. Beautifully worked from the throw. And too easy right through the victory.
It's down this left wing side now, and again allowed to run right into the penalty area. Squared back, Barisha, and simple as you like. So many chances in the first half, and the Phoenix have gone to sleep. They haven't come out in the second half, and Barisha makes them pay.
Head-to-head in the opening round, 91 goals combined. Brisbane just ahead of Adelaide United. Significant spray line down for the one-man wall. And right through, and Thomas Bruce is claiming that one. The two-time Johnny Warren medalist. Fittingly, with Brisbane's first goal of the new campaign.
Towards the halfway line.
Hamill didn't get hold of it. Let McLaren in. Can he apply the finish? Jamie McLaren pounces. And the first goal of season 11 goes to the Brisbane Roar and their new number 9 in the 9th minute.
Well, this was all about composure. Of course, there's the massive mistake from
Opportunity in the dying seconds for Brisbane.
well, everyone forward. This will be the last action of the game. Tommy Orr on the ball. McLaren initially trying to take on Barrow, unsuccessful, comes back. Here's a foul for his team. Question of handball. Victory wanted the handball. Well, he's on the ground and the ball really was played into his hands, but the real chance was the one-on-one with Barrow, and didn't he defend that well? Tommy Orr, can he find the right delivery?
He may as well throw Theo forward. It's going to be the last action. He's staying in his own half. The Brisbane keeper, Corey Brown's on the edge of the area, waiting for the second ball if one arrives. We're past the allotted 5 minutes of stoppage time. Full-time whistle at the referee's discretion. So often a late show for Brisbane at this venue. Pepper keeping it alive. Back in by Christensen. Oh, he's done it! They have done it again! Right at the death, the Brisbane Roar. You can never write them off at Suncorp. And somehow they find the back of the net. Right at the death from De Vere.
Well, that is quite extraordinary. We talked about it had to be a good delivery. It was decent delivery, but you'd have to say Victory have defended so well, didn't really defend that the best they could. Ball was probably a little bit too flat. Then they got a chance to see their Victory, no Victory player really attacking the ball. And then it just bobbles, and De Vere, as he's falling, I mean, it's some finish really in the end. How dramatic can it be, and how many times have Brisbane Roar done this? And they just couldn't clear it, Victory, and literally with the last kick of the game, or virtually the last kick of the game, they pulled a rabbit out the hat.
taking on the Reds tonight here at Suncorp as we kick off round 2 in the Hyundai A-League. Tends to dominate. Bit of space here for D'Agostino. Skapetis able to face up, gets an early ball in. It was a wonderful ball. Brilliant defending by Gulam to keep it away from Macaroni, who was stretching. Now Brown goes first time. Macaroni! He's off the mark in his home debut. He thinks he's got plenty of goals in him in his first season down under. And with service like that, he'll score goals for fun.
Well, he had two bites at it, 2 wonderful crosses. The first one from the right-hand side. This is the second one. Coletti just rolls it to Brown, doesn't take a touch. Ball to the back post.
Brisbane back in 2014. Little flick on that. Walk. Targets! They won't be chalking that one off.
Bench this afternoon. Diving.
Victory, Rudy Gested. The other big signing up front for Melbourne Victory starts on the bench. As for Brisbane Roar, just the one change for Warren Moon out of that loss to Melbourne City. And Ramat Akbari gets a rare double start. He started against City and he starts again. Hasn't done that for Brisbane Roar in the A-League, former Victory player who spent just a season or 2 down south before moving back to Brisbane. And Scott McDonald is back in the starting lineup after he missed out, came off the bench against Melbourne City. So tribute to 3 the club legends from early in the piece for Melbourne Victory. Ernie Merrick, who looks to be welcomed back to the club, which is wonderful, after his stint at Newcastle Jets of late. And also Roddy Vargas and Michael Theo are out there revving up the crowd pre-game. So they do it very well, Melbourne Victory.
I think it was Michael Theoklitos, wasn't it?
It was Michael Theoklitos.
Well, he was Theoklitos back in the Victory days, wasn't he? And then changed to Theo in Brisbane.
And kept winning medals up in Brisbane. 5 A-League championships.
And he's got some trophy cabinet.
Well, Corey Brown's done well there to get past Storm Roo. Opportunity brewing here for his offside as he's Scott McDonald. Brisbane Roar are claiming it, and it has been called offside. Wetzel Hall's setting it up for Scott McDonald. It did, to the eye, Robbie, look like he was in an offside position.
Look, he knows it. Looked very obvious. This one will tell. So Wenzel Halls, he hasn't got much time. Closed down by 3 defenders.
Hang on a minute.
He looks like he's onside.
He could well be onside here.
Well, he's clearly onside.
Nick Ansell. They've given it. They look to have given it. They're celebrating anyway. Sean Evans still is standing still in the middle of the park. Melbourne Victory bringing the ball back. Sean Evans is still waiting instruction from the VAR. He too looks to have seen it on the big screen. And Scott McDonald, inadvertently, unexpectedly, has given Brisbane Roar the lead.
Well,
it would appear.
Well, it surprised him because he thought he was offside. You could see him apologising to Wenzel Halls because thinking that ball was going in. But I think it was fairly clear he was onside.
Goal given. Brisbane with the lead. The crowd falls silent. Scott McDonald, yet another goal for Scott McDonald. And he's been scoring goals